Affirmative action presents transcendental bliss on sublime the spontaneous. The video devotes to ordinary and sublime non-attachment. That attitude of non-attachment to the object of desire in which the seeker knows that he is neither the doer nor the enjoyer, neither the restrained nor the restrainer, is called ordinary non-attachment. When thoughts like, I'm not the doer, my past deeds are the doer, or God Himself is the doer, cease to worry the seeker, a state of silence, equilibrium, and peace is attained. This is called sublime non attachment. Initially, the struggle will appear. A constant need to be alert will be there. Sometimes you will forget the state of mind, you will fall asleep. Sometimes you will feel very miserable, frustrated whenever the contact with the method is lost. There will be moment of intense ecstasy also. Whenever you regain the control again, whenever you become the master, the minute glimpses will pervade joy all over your being. Peaks and valleys will be there. With the turn in constant practice, soon the effort will disappear when the method is no longer a method, when it becomes your very consciousness, when you need not remember it, then it becomes spontaneous, Sahaj. There are many dimensions like painting, poetry, and other crafts which have been used as a training grounds by Taoist masters. For painting, one should become proficient in painting. It takes many years, and then for a few years, one has to drop painting completely. One has to forget that one is a painter, throw the brushes, colors, inks, and just drop from the mind that one has learned something. For a few years, one has to completely away from the painting. When the thought has dropped, then again the master says, now you start. Now this man is not a technician. He knows the technique, but he is not a technician because there is no need to be aware of technique. Now he can paint like a small child. The effort has ceased. No paint has become effortless. Only then master teachers are born. In the West, one has to make conscious effort and bring the effort to peak. You became a technician and the other part is missing. In the East, you have to become a technician and then drop the whole technicality as if you were never trained. A question was asked to Winston Churchill, one of the greatest orators the West has produced. Don't you get afraid of the audience? Thousands of people staring at you. Don't you get afraid, scared? Don't you get a little fear inside? Churchill said, whenever I stand to speak, I look at the audience and I think, so many fools. The moment this thought comes to my mind, I am okay, then I don't worry. Somebody asked the same question to Zen Master Rinzai. You speak to thousand. Don't you ever get worried about it? Don't you ever get an inner trembling because so many persons are present, judging, observing, looking at you? Rinzai said, whenever I look at people, I say, I am sitting there also. Only I am in this hall, then there is no problem. I am alone. These people are also me. In the West, it represents to strengthen the ego. In East, the other is no more. There is no one to judge the nobody. Then it becomes a cosmic play of one's energy in many forms. But the ultimate of any method is to become methodless. The ultimate of every technique is to become non-technical, effortless spontaneity. You became an object of your own consciousness. This is coming out of the body, of the ego, of the mind. This is difficult because of long conditioning. He knows that whatever faces him in this life is the result of days of his past life. When someone insults you, the attitude of a witness of a person who is practicing non attachment is this: I must have insulted him before in the past life somewhere because nothing is born without a cause. The cause must be there. This is only the effect. So I must wait and take it, accept it as a part of my destiny and be finished with it. Because if I do something again, a new future is created and the chain continues. Indulgence is but a disease and affluence of all kinds, a storehouse of adversity. If you can connect Go into loneliness for at least 21 days and then watch. There is nobody who can make you happy or unhappy. There is nobody who can make you angry, pleased, or anything. Have a diary and watch and note down every mood that comes to you. And then there is no need for anybody to make you happy or sad. You will see a wheel emerging, and this wheel is so subtle that's why you are not aware and you never connected with it. Much research has been done in Soviet Russia at that time regarding to mood. They say a calendar can be made for every person. On Monday, he will be angry. On Saturday in the morning, he will be happy. On Tuesdays in the evening, he will feel sexual. If you observe yourself, you can also approximately fix a routine, a wheel of your life, and then many things become possible. This calendar can be maintained. You can observe your life for 2 or 3 months impartially, and then you can know that you are moving in a wheel. Man and woman are not different, cannot be. They are not two different species, they are one species, and everything has a positive and negative relationship. Man ejaculates in intercourse, women don't ejaculate, but a subtle ejaculation happens in bloodstream because women are passive. But as far as childbirth is concerned, they are positive and man is passive. That's why man says with woman is positive. Ejaculation happens, bloods come out of the body. In man, ejaculation happens, but it moves into the bloodstream. Hormones are released. Man is born out of man and woman. Woman is born out of man and woman. In every individual, both are there. So if a man is really in love, he is more loving than any woman because then his hidden woman, which is fresh, unused, comes out. And when a woman is angry, filled with hatred, no man is a comparison because the hidden, fresh aggression comes out. You know that on Tuesdays the wife is going to be terrible, so you accept it. From the morning, you can remain a witness, you need not get involved in it. It is your wife's inner work. The day when your wife is unhappy, it is better to help her in every way because she is ill. It is just like menses, a periodical thing. On the peak of non attachment, every union leads to separation. The ignorant suffers the maladies of mental anxiety. The ignorant suffers because they cannot see the polarity. If they can see that every union is going to become a separation, they will never be happy about the union nor about the separation. They have transcended both. All material things are possible because time is constantly devouring them. Through the understanding of scriptural precepts, one's faith in material things is uprooted and one's mind freed of them. This is called ordinary non attachment. In the last, when you simply are without any statement, without any idea or theory or concept, when you simply are, you allow existence to flow from you, within you. You don't create any resistance. You don't say, I'm this, because every statement will be a definition and every statement will make you finite. When thoughts like, I am not the doer, my past deeds are the doer, or God Himself is the doer, cease to worry the seeker, a stage of silence, equilibrium, and peace is attained. This is called sublime non attachment. I bow to the divine lying inside you that listen to me, affirmative actions.